of Judah. But I mainly see that after the division took place. So it's 12 tribes of Yasharahla. Okay? So let me have James 1 and 1. Let me have James 1 and 1.
Santiago capítulo 1, versículo 1. Santiago, siervo de Dios y del Señor, Yahushua, a los 12 tribus que están en la dispersión.
Dispersión. ¿Quién diga dispersión? Cuando yo voy al campo, yo tengo semillas, yo voy a echar las semillas donde yo quiero comida, ¿verdad? En el terreno, en la tierra. So they dispersed. Pero no más estamos enseñando aquí. O quizás en el Caribe también. Pero tenemos que llevar la palabra de Yahweh hasta la tierra del fuego. En el sur de Chile. En el sur de Argentina. ¿Verdad? This word got to get carried out to the land of fire, which is in the southern part of Chile and the southern part of Argentina. Because the good shepherd does what? Goes and finds that lost sheep.
God.
So we got to go and find those lost sheep, man. I'm talking about if Naphtali possessed the south and the west, and we know this cat is at the bottom of the territories where we were dispersed at, from after the 722 captivity, when we left under Shalmaneser, we came across the waters and inhabited to the land where never mankind had dwelt, and it took a year and a half to get there. We got to go to the south to get them sheep that's down there, man.
God.
It's going to take organization, it's going to take discipline, it's going to take respect, and it's going to take a concerted effort. And it's going to take the M word also, right? It's going to take the M word. It's going to take the money. Everything that you hear brothers talking about, it ain't going to be free. It ain't going to make itself happen on itself. Even Yahushua had a what? Judah's job was what? What was his name? What was the treasurer? He was the treasurer. Yahushua said, oh no, don't worry about it, man. We're going to just multiply everything. We're going to just change the bread into water. We're going to just change the water into wine, and they had money. So, Santiago 1, capítulo 1, versículo 1, otra vez, por favor.
Santiago capítulo 1, versículo 1. Santiago, siervo de Dios y del Señor, Yahushua, a las 12 tribus.
¿A quién?
A las 12 tribus.
A la casa de Judá.
A las 12 tribus.
A las 12 tribus. Está hablando a las 12. He's talking to this 12 tribes. So these letters went to the 12 tribes. La gente nuestra tiene que saber que ya tenemos nuestro propio gobierno, no se importa dónde ir. Our people gotta know we got our own government. It doesn't matter where you live at. Que está unificándonos abajo de Hamashiach Yahawashi, y también abajo de Torah. That's uniting under the Yahushua Mashiach and uniting under the Torah. Ok, continúa por favor.
Que están en la dispersión.
En la dispersión. So we were dispersed throughout all of North, Central, South America and the Caribbean. So now we have to go and bring our brothers and sisters back. Bring the 12 tribes of Yasharahla back together to the Most High. And it's not, it's this, the job we have to do. You have to understand something too, man. We got in your nationality. It is the biggest nation on the planet Earth. Because when you look at Africa, Africa is made out of, besides the other Gentiles that's not from Ham, Africa got they only had like 4 major nations, right? Right, they had Put, they had Canaan, they had Mizraim, and they had who else? Cush. And they had Cush. The 4 major nations, that's only 4 nations, that whole continent. South America is only 2 main tribes. And only 1 main tribe is really dominating South America, which is Asher. Asher is like the biggest tribe in Israel. So we got to go to them people and teach them to come back to Yahweh, come back to Yahushua. And them brothers down there, they don't play, man. They about, you're going to treat me right. you're gonna treat me right. The brothers down in Brazil and Colombia, Colombia got the reputation. And Peru got the reputation. Ecuador got the reputation. If they want to do something, you stand in their way, we're going to be on TV tonight. We're going to be on TV tonight. Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 33. Jeremiah 50, 33.
¿En español?
Sí, en español sí.
Jeremías, capítulo 50, versículo 33. Así ha dicho Yahweh de los ejércitos oprimidos.
Oprimidos, oppressed. Oprimidos, oppressed. Go ahead.
Oprimidos fueron los hijos de Israel.
Los hijos de Israel, los negros que llegaron en esclavitud, the children of Israel, the blacks that came in slavery. ¿Y quién más?
Y los hijos de Judá, juntamente.
Los de Israel, los que todavía estuvieron aquí, que se quedaban aquí antes que llegaron los de Europa. The ones that were already here before the Europeans arrived, before we got raped, robbed, murdered, invaded, attacked, we were already here. House of Judah is those that came over later on in captivity. Go ahead.
Y todos los que los tomaron cautivos.
They had cautivos. All the 12 tribes were in cautividad, were in captivity. All the 12 tribes were in captivity. All right? Matter of fact, 500 million, just a rough estimate, 500,000 people alive made it into just America alone. 500,000 roughly. Take that, multiply it by 10. 5 million made it live, and that's how many came into Brazil. So 10% of the Brazilian brothers that came in slavery, take 10% of that number from that 5 million, and now you got Judah in North America. But the way the Most High set up is that Judah multiplies, like 40-something million in America right now of Judah, as opposed to maybe 14 million so-called black people that's in Brazil right now. So the Most High made Judah, got that position back. See, Scripture said, he prevailed above his brothers, right? He was in Chronicles. He prevailed above his brothers, so he got that number back. But go ahead.
Los retuvieron. No los quisieron soltar.
No quieren soltarnos. They don't want to let us go. So Yahushua said what? Set the captives free, right? Our people in mental, heavy spirit of witchcraft, heavy spirit of idolatry is on our people from the house of Israel, man. From Gad all the way down. A heavy spirit of witchcraft, idolatry, putting bread in the corners and water in glasses for different demons and call saints to come and bless the whole house. I think they learned a lot of that from Levi, though, so it ain't really their fault. All right, so the scripture says what? The way that in English, the scripture says, the children of Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. That's telling you that the house of Israel and the house of Judah, at some point in history, when they're going to be released from their captivity, the scripture says what? That oppression took place together. So you can't find Judah, and now you don't know where the other tribes are. When you find Judah, you see the other tribes. So you can't, it ain't about no H1B1A. It's about the prophecy, man.
What is that?
What's that?
DNA. It's about the prophecy. Do your people fit these prophecies? So the scripture says that the house of Judah and the house of Israel were oppressed together. All right, so that means when you see where Judah is at, you're always going to see the rest of the tribe. You're going to see Israel with them, the house of Israel, because they were oppressed together. So a lot of people saying that Judah was the only one dispersed. Now the scripture says they was oppressed together. How are we talking about over the Americas? Because they got split up in 722. They was never oppressed together in their own land when Jeremiah was writing this. Jeremiah was in Judah, and he got taken away into Babylon. into captivity. That's what Jeremiah was doing. So the house of Israel was already going in captivity. So what oppression is he talking about? When was the whole nation of Yasharahla ever oppressed together by one nation in the scriptures? You're not going to find it. He's talking about when we come over into the western part of the world and we were oppressed together. So the point is that you brothers that got all these, that got these hidden talents, right? Like the brother was talking about earlier, you see me sweating up here, playing the drums, doing the Shabbat service, while you sit back chilling, enjoying the music. But you can play the drums too, right? So he was saying, his brother was, saying, oh, I can play drums. I know you can play drums, brother. I know you can play drums, huh? So the point is that a lot of brothers got these skills and talents, and the men that are up here, and the Ash that's not up here, you got that talent, man. It's going to be used for Yasharahla. We're going to reverse it. Because what happened is, and this is what a lot of brothers are doing, a lot of brothers using their camps, so likely, a lot of brothers using Yasharahla as a recruiting ground to build up their camp. Oh yeah, you an Israelite, you fit these curses. Christ is black, Most High is black. Well yeah, you an Israelite, now come on over here. You can't deal with them brothers over there no more now. You're gonna deal with my school, my camp, my organization. But see, what everybody has to understand is that these are Yahweh's sheep.
That's right.
So all these camps are supposed to be being used to build the nation of Yasharahla. By Shem HaMashiach Yahawashi. They're all supposed to be gathering together to build. We're supposed to be coming together to build up the entire nation. We have Masharah Yasharahla, but then when you read in the scripture, it says, Yahweh al-Mashallah Yasharahla. And Yahweh spoke unto Moses, saying what? Speak unto the children of Israel, the children of Israel, the children Banya Yasharahla, Banya Yasharahla. So Masharah Yasharahla's job is to be the Masharah for the Banya Yasharahla. You might say Banya or Banyam Yasharahla. To be the government body. Because all things must be done what? Decently. And we learned that in church. We learned that in church growing up. That's why you had to put up your finger when you walk through the aisles. And duck down and tiptoe. So we have to do things operating decently and in order. So I'm really